Uh, like, we want to go... We want to head on to the end here now. So let's go ahead and just take a ride in the moat. We'll kill the ninjas along the way if we have to. Yep, slain 16 people. I love how the whole world freezes for that bell. So this chapter 2 is about as long, I would say, as the prehistoric chapter. It's definitely in the top 3 longest chapters. So, although it is significantly shorter if you don't go for the bonus boss kills, because you don't have to do all that grinding. Alright, so I think the quickest way to go through here would be to just use the ceilings. Okay. Oh, man, I did not. The D-pad on my controller is acting up, unfortunately, which is sad because I love this controller. On the plus side, I have found, since most of what I play is Super Nintendo games on with my controller, or NES games, there's some PlayStation games, but very rarely do I actually emulate PS1 stuff anymore. Because I've gone out of my way to purchase pretty much every game that I wanted. So I have a very good PS1 collection. Alright, so now that this is out of the way. So these guys right here, and we want to save. If you didn't have Ryoma in your party, he would actually come in and threaten them with his pistol, and you wouldn't have to fight them. So therefore, by having Ryoma in the party, it's impossible to get a no kills. Use Polaris single blade here. This is actually a really hard, can be a difficult fight, just because there's so many of them. But they are not having a good time. So let's go ahead and use sand arcs, since it'll hit all of them. And we'll have Ryoma start softening them up. That should kill him. This, it missed 2 of them. Alright. Oh, you bastard, that hurt. Ooh, that's really good damage. Nice. So basically, if you want to, you can follow what I did pretty much with very minimal changes. Except to the point where I went and turned around and got Ryoma. Stop. Don't do that if you want to go for 0 kills. Go recruit Orobo, then level him up and go. And if you want to fight Lord Iwama and Majin Ryunosuke, go ahead. But you're going to need to level up to like 16 or something on Oboro to really have a good chance of doing that. Like, it's hilarious to me that, like, Ryoma didn't even really contribute any damage, but he was key to doing that because of his, him standing there next to Oboro influenced where the boss went, and that allowed me to predict the boss to an extent. So this is Miyamoto Musashi. We're gonna Blade of Wind him. And we're gonna quick draw Wolf Fang him to lower his level. Easy. Alright, let's go after the villain. Fight one more mini-boss. Yodogimi. Sexiness, oh no. And now he's drunk. What the drunk status effect does is it means you can only use your basic attack. At least I think that's what it's supposed to be. Maybe that's not drunk. Anyway, we'll use Shinobi Slash. Warning Shot can actually stun lock the bosses in this, but they're not worth it. We're so high level. We're over leveled for the actual bosses, so we're just gonna Blade of Wind our way to victory here. Go away, Ghost Lady. Alright, so this lady right here, it only appears if you killed 0 women. So if you're going for a 100% kill ratio, you actually have to not kill anybody, kill any women, come here, kill her, then leave, go kill the women, and then come to finish the chapter. So, anyway, that's not the gift that she was going to give us. I forget. Yeah, it's a... I mean, whatever. She gives us literally one of the most broken items in the game, but you have to wait in this room for a few minutes for her to come back. She gives us the medicine box! And you absolutely want to equip that so it's available in the final chapter. It gives a awesome 30 IQ, but its main use is if you use it as an item in battle, it will actually, oh, this is the wrong door. It will actually, do a lot of healing on a single target and massively raise their stats. It's really good, and it's infinite use. If you leave that room before you get it, you can never get it. So you want to wait. We'll just Blade of Wind him down. That would be dangerous if I wasn't so high level. But I am, so poo on him. Nobody gonna make any comment about how he just jumped through the ceiling? I love this touch right here. Like, they didn't have to go through the effort that they did to show that Ryoma is not as agile as Oboro. I mean, nobody would have questioned it if Ryoma had made that jump right there instead of struggling up to grab up and then pull himself up. Holy crap! Holy crap! Frog Snake Demon is pretty easy. In fact, I would say he's one of the easiest. And I still have a few healing items, don't I? Yeah, I've got one Castell. That's plenty of healing items. So we want to go forward and just Polaris single blade him to death. I don't know why Quick Draw Wolfang is grayed out there. That's fine. That's not what we wanted to use anyway. All of his attacks do very little in the way of damage because they either cause poison or reduce the amount of a stat, particularly Constitution, it seems. So this boss is not particularly hard. And this is awesome. The interesting thing about it, and I don't particularly care about this, but its special ability is that it absorbs every single kind of tile you're standing on. That's not something that is really that big of a deal. The tiles do very little damage. So we're just gonna beat him to death. And I'm gonna continue to do my strategy of having one person do fast attacks and having other people do charge attacks. This is such a good boss theme, by the way. This is literally in my top 10 favorite boss themes. I'd have to think about all of them, but I know the Breath of Fire 2 boss theme is in there, the regular boss theme, this one, the Final Fantasy VII boss theme. That one. So you can leave and, if you want, try and do the ending again where you abandon your mission, but you actually cannot leave the castle with Ryoma following you, which is why I did not go and show you that other ending. If you want to see it, hey, go for it. Hopefully I showed a wide enough range of this chapter. There's a lot of different ways to do this chapter, okay? And this is not even the most optimal way to do it. So apparently Ryoma Sakamoto is a very big figure during this era in real life. Probably. Interesting. And that's the meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs. No, I'm just kidding. So the dialogue there actually changes a little bit if you went 0 kills. And he gives you his sword. And it equips it on you and replaces whatever you've got on. So that's helpful because you don't get a chance to change your equipment before you go into the end, the credits here. So this was... I find this to be the most aggravating chapter to play. Most people think that I've talked to about the game think the mecha chapter is the most aggravating one. But honestly, I find this one, it's just stressful. You're like, okay, there's a lot. If you want to do everything, there's a lot of backtracking. You've got to sit and kill those lost souls for a really long time. You've got to... that's actually a scene we didn't see. There's a lady, she's surrounded by a bunch of guards, and then she's like, oh no, whatever you shall I do? I'm Lord Odie's daughter. And then you kill and you save her, and then she turns out to be a demon. So the stuff it's recapping here is actually set. You could have never recruited Ryoma and he will still appear here, I think. I do like that the villain in this has his own mini-boss brigade. That's something that I feel a lot of the scenarios are missing. Like a more diverse, like, villain cast. Gideon Z, G, however you pronounce his name, that's the guy that runs Aeon Genesis. I'm fairly certain that's his name, actually. After killing 24 people, Orochimaru rescued Ryoma Sakamoto from Odie Castle. Every time I say the words Odie Castle, I picture Odie from Garfield dressed as a shogun. Alright. Save here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, next time we will be doing the cowboy chapter, then the wrestling chapter, mecha, and then finally ending up with the sci-fi chapter. So I'll see you guys then. We're not going to do all the chapters like next time in one sitting. I'm just saying that's the order we're doing them in.